Hello friends, welcome to Squared Plans. I'm Stephanie and today we're going to be setting up my 2022 goals. Got some washi tape here ready to go, as well as these Arteza Twi markers that I'll be using for some color, my pencil and eraser in case I need to draw anything, my Micron pen in black, and these sticker books which I'll pull from. Okay, so it's a lot of different pages that I'll be setting up here. I've done some in advance so that I would kind of know what I was going to do, and some I just got an idea in my mind, so I will be using some wax paper to figure out how they're going to look. The first page is just the cover page for my goals. If you've watched my goal setting series, this is going to be very similar to that as far as how the page is going to look. I'm going to create a cover page, and then on the back side is where I'm going to put my vision board. That was a spread in the goal setting series, but for this time I'm just going to condense it down into one page and put it on the back, and then you'll see from there where we take this. So I've kind of got a color scheme working here with the yellow, the pink, and the blue. There's also a in-between shade of almost like a peachy color that I'll be adding in as well. It was sort of dictated from the Happy and Kind sticker book that I pulled to use here. I wasn't really sure what I wanted to use overall as far as the color scheme and the boxes, but I really like that Happy and Kind sticker book aesthetic. There's a lot of just like watercolor feels, but the colors are bright and fun. It is very faith-based, so a lot of the stuff I need to cut or kind of work around to make it fit this goal setting series. But as far as the color scheme is concerned, I think I was able to really pull it together pretty well, even though it's a little bit unusual of a color scheme, I would say, once you kind of see how it all comes together. So for the cover page, I decided I wanted to put some washi tape on the front just to get us led in here with some color and pattern. And I've already penciled out what I want to write there, which is just goals, 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 2022. You'll see me do that in a bit. So I've layered some solid washi down there in strips, and then I'm going to use a couple of the other washis I'll be using throughout this video to add a little bit more pattern on top of that and just kind of make it all tie together visually in the section. So I like how that turned out. I think that the colors really came together well. And now I'm trying to figure out what I want to do for the goals coloring, if I want to do different colors or if I want to just do black. So I'm going to go ahead and start with the colors, and I figured if I don't really like it or if it's a little bit too loud, I'll go back over it with some black and see if that helps tone it down. Now seeing it on the screen like this, it looks a lot better than it did in my mind when I saw it when I was actually doing this on the spread. So yeah, kind of regret my choice to do this next part, which is to overlay the black on top of it. Kind of makes it look a little bit more like a neon, which isn't at all the vibe that I'm going for, as you'll see once we get into the rest of the pages. But for now, we're going to leave it like this, and then maybe I'll go back over it with just a solid black later, or I don't know. I don't know how I'm going to fix that yet. I'm not in love with that neon look, though, on the goals, goals, goals text. And then I got some eraser shavings kind of stuck behind some of those washi tapes, so I went ahead and cleaned that off. And now we're on to the vision board on the next side. So like I said, I kind of have an idea of what I want for some of these pages. So for the vision board, I went ahead and pulled a couple of large boxes. Again, very similar to the vision board in my goal setting series. And it's just going to be a place for me to write down goals I think I want to work towards this year. Those boxes came out of the Colorful Boxes sticker book, and I almost had 4 identical ones, 4 of the same style, but then there was one that didn't quite fit. But I made it work and kind of pulled in the same colors that we had there on the pages as we go. So I want to pull in more of this washi, so I decided to just add a little bit of each of the colors on the vision board itself. The rest of the pages will be color coded, so each page will kind of be related to a specific color, but I figured to bring it all together here on the vision board, I should add in a little bit of each of the colors. So I did kind of that peachy pink at the top with the yellow, and then the more bold pink with the light blue on the bottom. And I'm going to go ahead and move over this kind of title thing. Also going to try to position these boxes. I had a bit of a time with the positioning. Wasn't quite sure where I wanted them. And that jot it down sticker that's on the top of the boxes came from the Happy and Kind sticker book, which you'll see me cut out here in a minute for this last one, the peachy pink one. Throughout this video, I basically used these boxes that I couldn't really see myself using in a normal situation as is. So I cut them down and I pretty much used almost all of their pieces in different ways in the spreads that follow. So you'll see how that comes together soon. And I've already penciled in the categories I think I want to track here, but I'm not 100% sure about it just yet. I have health there in blue at the bottom, and that's the one I'm really waffling more about because I do have a health goals page, which I did set up already, so if you guys want to see that, do check out the video. I will link it in the description below. So I didn't know if I wanted to put health goals there again. And this is kind of more of an overarching vision, so maybe it'd be fine, but I wasn't sure what else I wanted to put there, so I'm just going to leave them in pencil until I figure out exactly what I want that to look like. Let's go ahead and move on to the next page. So last year I started doing quarterly goals, and it was great actually. I only did a single sheet though. So this year I want to devote a little bit more space for each quarter and then kind of really flesh out the goals individually on that sheet. I had multiple goals too in the quarters last year, so anywhere from like 2 to 5 different goals that I was working toward in that quarter. And this year what I decided I was going to do was to only commit to 2 goals and really, like I said, flesh them out, dive into their milestones here on this page and get that part of the process going. I have some goal setting sheets that I grabbed out of a goal setting happy planner notes that I picked up at Ross. The pages aren't great as far as the design and will need some modification, but I thought it'd be a good way for me to stay accountable month to month, and then even if I want to drill down week to week, I could using those pages. But I figured that the overarching quarterly goals will stay here on the sheet, and I will, like I said, commit to 2 a quarter so I don't overwhelm myself with things that I need to do each quarter, because I'm pretty busy and I also don't like to fall behind or not succeed. It kind of makes me feel anxious and stressed. So my tactic for next year is just to dial it back and really get focused. So that's the hope. So I've already cut up a bunch of boxes from that Happy and Kind sticker book, as you can see. One of the main things is these circular edged boxes that I'll be using throughout as we go forward. I had only one of those boxes with the peachy tone in it, and I forgot that I only had the one, and I used it there on the vision, so thankfully I didn't already write on it and could easily erase the pencil so that I could bring it over to the peach themed page. So I've done that. I also cut up more of the boxes like I mentioned before, the jotted down boxes, and kind of use those as a setup for where I'm going to put my goals and the due dates. I'm also going to use these flags to lead into the milestones, which you'll see me do. But first, let me go ahead and move everything over to the page itself. So if this stuff sounds foreign to you, quarterly goals, milestones, anything like that, I highly recommend watching that goal setting series. I get really in depth about setting goals, breaking down projects, tracking habits, things like that, so that you can really get the meat and potatoes of what to do with your goals, more so than just the setup. I'm doing a setup as I'm talking, but it's really more about the information on those videos. This video is going to be a little bit of both. I'm kind of describing what I'm doing, but it's also about the setup for this year and how I'm changing things up. So I'm putting in these flags now, again, just so I have a place to write in where I want those goals to be or those milestones to be. And I'm giving myself 3 per goal. That's on purpose so that I have maybe like 1 milestone a month. Again, trying not to overwhelm myself, but focusing in all the same. And then I just drew in a very light dividing line just so that you can kind of see their separate goals. And at the very bottom, I have a reflect area, which I'll be assessing how the goals went, if I accomplished them, and what I need to do for the next quarter. So I just penned in Q1 goals for quarter 1, and I've erased the pencil marks, and we'll go ahead and also white out these little headers in the box. They say theme. The whole sticker, I think, was like jot it down, and then on the top box it said key verse, and in the bottom box it said theme. Again, something I didn't really see myself using in my faith journey at all, so I'm just repurposing those stickers, and then I white out the little header so I can put my goal in those boxes. So I'm going to go ahead and sketch out one so you can really see how it's going to come together. If you watched my goal setting series, which came out 2 years ago, yes, I still need to create my portfolio website. It's been on my to-do list for years, but I am taking a class currently, and it should really help me get that done. It's about website building, so let's just hope that that gets me motivated and focused in to finally reach that goal. So I'm just writing down the key items here, the different milestones that I plan to tackle each month. And the first one is, of course, lay out the overall look and feel of the website, and then the next month I'll tackle the actual copy, the things I need to write in, and then finally the mock-ups. There'll probably be a little bit of crossover there because I feel like the mock-ups are going to take me much longer than anything else, but that is how I'm going to tackle it. And I think this is a pretty good schedule of things to do and the order of things to do. So I'm just pinning over my pencil marks now because you guys know I don't trust myself not to make mistakes, and wrote in a due date of March 31st. So that's my first goal set up, and that's how I'll be using it. You can see the pages together. And I'm just going to clean up a little bit and maybe commit over here as well to pinning in the vision area. So I just want to pencil in here 2022. I did want that box to be up there to kind of give the repetition, but it felt weird all the way to the corner and not aligned with the boxes. So I went ahead and did that, but now I feel like I need to fill that little gap with something. So try to find something that will work there. I thought there might be some more quotes or something in the Colorful Boxes sticker book, but there really wasn't much. So I'm going back through into the Happy and Kind sticker book, hoping to find something that might match up and make sense. And this is okay. Again, not really in love with it just yet, but let's go ahead and add in some color with the 2022. And now I feel like that blue is just like, whoa. I don't know. It's cute, but it looks a little bit bright. So we'll see. Again, there might be some changes down the road, depending on how much I like this going forward. And so I was going to show you guys what I had done with the other quarters, and then realized I forgot a few pieces of the puzzle here on some of these spreads. So I'm going to go ahead and do that right now. I'm using all of the box pieces that I can from that jotted down box, including the header and even just the side rails there on that key verses area. And then I will set up a spot for the month. I did feel like it was a little bit plain up here, so that's what prompted me to add that, and then I forgot that I had done it. So that's why I was like, oh yeah, gotta add that in. And I'm gonna go ahead and do the rest for quarter 3 and then quarter 4 as well. I think I only did it on quarter 2 as kind of like a last minute thing. And then I was like, yeah, that looks a lot better. So let's do that. And then I realized I don't think I have a jotted down in the pink. I must have used it already somewhere else. So, we'll figure this out. I might have to steal it off of the vision board and then, I don't know, get rid of the rest so that these all match up. That's probably what I'll end up doing. I didn't do it here on camera though. I just kind of forgot about it because I was ready to be done with the video after this. So I definitely wanted to mention that I will probably make that change after the fact. So just going to go ahead and cut down this last one and pop in the little area for the months. Trying to match up the colors so that it blends into each other versus, you know, having a sharp contrast. And then penning in the October through December there, the month, erasing the pencil marks, whiting out the theme headers in the boxes, and then I will also add in that jotted down sticker and the due dates at the bottom. And once I am done with that, you guys, we will be done, friends. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up down below. Go ahead and leave me a comment if you'd like to get in touch, and think about subscribing to my channel if you haven't already, if you'd like to see more of my videos. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and we'll see you next time. Bye!